Welcome into another video in my series where we're checking out every single weapon inside of Modern Warfare 3 to see just how viable they are within your Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games. Yes, this does include all the weapons from MW3, MW2, the aftermarket parts, and the aftermarket conversion kits. So if you're new around here, make sure you subscribe, turn on the bell notifications so you don't miss any future uploads from myself on Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. As well, down below in the description you will find the link for my stream, and I'd be absolutely honored if you guys would come join us over there. I play a ton of custom zombies and other zombie related games, so it'd be fun to have you guys there. Now, today's video is a comment suggestion video, which was the Chimera. So I'm super excited when you guys drop weapon suggestions for me in the comments, as it's always something I love to do. Now, before we get into that, I do want to have a little chuckle here and have a look at the two new operators they brought into the store, which is Cheech and Chong. So have a look. I definitely thought they did a really good job with these operators, even though, you know, they are the bundle purchases and all that. And put those opinions aside for now, and let's just enjoy what Cheech and Chong have to offer, because I think it's going to be tons of fun playing with Cheech and Chong. We're going to be using Cheech in today's run. So yeah, without further ado, let's get to today's video. We're going to be looking at the Chimera. We're going to be taking that through all three zones, taking out bounties all the way through and testing out to see. Unfortunately, I didn't have mags of holding today, so we won't be using mags of holding on it. But other than that, without further ado, let's get to the Chimera review video today. Alright, here we are. We're going to be dropping in with our Chimera from MW2, and we're going to be checking this out in all three zones. So welcome in, everybody. Hope you guys are doing well. Today we're going to be spawning in, and as we always do with this series, to test out the weapon and find out just how the base weapon is with nothing attached, we're just going to be putting on our perks. So we're going to spawn in and grab all of the perks that I brought in, which is pretty much the basics. I think I got PhD for the dogs, and I brought in Deadshot for the zombie kills. So the first thing we did was go in and pick up our bounty inside of tier 1 to see just how this Chimera will do with, you know, no ammo mods, no pack-a-punch, and no weapon rarity on it. And our first bounty of the day was a Mangler. And I definitely was impressed. Like, I was definitely doing some strong damage, like right off the hop with nothing on this weapon. These tier 1 bounties with no attachments on the weapons can always be a bit of a bullet sponge. I did have a player come here and help with the end of this bounty contract here. Ran out of ammo, had to go around and find some more ammo, but we were definitely able to do some decent critical damage. You know, nothing on the weapon at all inside of tier 1. So I was pretty impressed with that, but I definitely did want to see what an entire bounty by myself without any help from another player would be like on this weapon with no pack-a-punch and the base rarity just white, you know, with nothing on it. So we had a player help us with the first one, so I went and picked up another bounty inside of tier 1, and we got the Mangler again, which was perfect because I wanted to see just how this was, you know, without another player. And you can see the damage there when you're getting the critical hits is definitely awesome. So it was good to see, like, this is going to possibly be another viable weapon that we can use. And I love having lots of weapons to use inside of my games. Like, I don't like being stuck using just like one or two weapons that are viable and everything else is garbage. So I do appreciate, you know, that most of the weapons inside of MW3 Zombies seem to be pretty viable and pretty, you know, balanced. I would say there are, of course, some that are just no bueno and just absolute garbage. But Chimera is not on that list. As you can see, we were able to finish off that Mangler bounty inside of tier 1 and got an unbelievable epic tool out of that contract, which was crazy. So the next thing to do is to head over to Pack-a-Punch and get Pack-a-Punch 1 on this weapon. Make sure we melee the machine because I wanted to keep the camo on there. And then put Pack 1 on it and go grab another bounty inside of tier 1 and see just, you know, what is the difference inside tier 1. We got white rarity, you know, no ammo mods, you know, nothing on it, just Pack-a-Punched. And I wanted to grab another bounty and see what it's like inside tier 1. Like, is this weapon going to be strong for those players that, you know, don't maybe venture out of tier 1 or the farthest they'll go is tier 2? How is this going to be if you don't have a lot of stuff in your backpack? So you're able to go in and maybe pack-a-punch it. You know, how are you going to be able to take out bounty contracts? Not much of a problem at all. You can see the critical damage is definitely substantial more just adding pack-a-punch to it, as we were able to pretty much melt that mimic right there. And then we got Deadshot daiquiri plans, which we're going to try and give to a player in this match, as I always do. But then next thing to do is throw on our legendary tool and Napalm Burst, which is my favorite ammo mod. So we went and grabbed that, and now we are pack 1 legendary with Napalm Burst inside of tier 1. So this should be just completely and absolutely OP, and we should just shred this Mimic. And as expected, we do. Didn't have much of a chance, so that's definitely something that's awesome to see, that this is really strong. So seeing how strong that Mimic took down inside of tier 1, I definitely wanted to go off to tier 2 and grab a bounty and keep it pack 1 and see what we can do to a tier 2 bounty pack 1 with this Chimera. And we got another Mangler, and I was just already impressed. Like, this is a tier 2 bounty, and we are nearly halfway done with 1 magazine into the critical shots, and you can see here, like, I just had to reload twice, and that's a tier 2 bounty. So definitely viable inside of tier 2, single pack punched for sure, this Chimera, which is awesome. I've got a stam up can, which I stowed for my next game, and then it was time to head off to the pack-a-punch machine inside of tier 2 so that we can get this Chimera to pack 2 legendary with napalm burst, so that we can see just, you know, how much stronger this is inside of tier 2. I do feel like a lot of players are spending most of their playtime inside of tier 2 either double pack-a-punched or triple pack-a-punched with blue, epic, or legendary tools. So I feel like showing you guys these tier 2 bounty contracts, single packed and double packed, is definitely something that's going to, you know, reflect well on how well these weapons perform for you inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies. Now, we did get another Mimic inside of tier 2 for a bounty, and you can see, like, PAP 2 inside of tier 2 with bounties is not an issue at all. Like, it just absolutely melted that Mimic. I didn't have much of a struggle at all. So I was excited now to go ahead and put my PAP 3 crystal on and head off into tier 3 and see what this weapon can do. So the first stop is always to the Wonder Fizz machine to grab the rest of our perks, so we are good to go and deal with whatever tier 3 brings us. Now, inside of tier 3 today, I was lucky. There was nobody but me, so I managed to go over and grab the cargo contract, and these are very exciting for me because I don't very often get a chance to do the cargo contracts inside of tier 3, as the Scorcher users are usually in there first to pick up these contracts and grab them. So I was really happy I was able to go and grab the bounty contract. And I'm trying my hardest to fine-tune this route so that I can make it just the fastest, shortest possible way to get to this cargo contract done. So I did think that this was probably one of my shortest runs to get to the cargo contract done. Although I got air there off a zombie, which I thought was kind of funny. So let me know if this is the route that you take to complete the cargo contract inside of tier 3, and let me know if you feel like they need to add more cargo contracts to tier 3, because I certainly do feel like that is a deal that we need. So we got an epic tool and a sigil out of that, which wasn't bad. Now I wanted to show you guys the crowd control inside of tier 3 with this Chimera. We're legendary, napalm burst, and we're triple pack-a-punched, and you can see it's just not much of an issue at all. There's a big horde of zombies coming out there at me there. I was able to just kind of stand there and just dish out the damage to the zombies as they came at me, and cleared out the horde. So definitely crowd control. You know, tier 3 with the Chimera, if you have a triple pack legendary, definitely something that is viable for sure. I went and grabbed the Outlast contract because it was just sitting right there and I cleared out the zombies, so I figured, you know, why not? So we went and grabbed that. We got another sigil out of that and another epic tool, which was pretty awesome, and I got a jug can, which is going to be good for my next game. And then it was time to find a bounty contract to see just what this Chimera can do against a bounty contract inside of tier 3. I was really hoping to get a Mega Abomination, but unfortunately we got my least favorite bounty contract, which was a Disciple inside of tier 3. And I tell you, this is just, they're just the most annoying things to deal with. But this Chimera, you can see the critical damage on that Disciple bounty in tier 3. It was awesome. Like, it was shredding the Disciple. Never mind the entire horde of zombies that I had here with me, chasing me down the entire time I was dealing with the Disciple. It was absolutely insane. I was really struggling to get in the critical shots, you know, aside from using decoys and such like that. Thank goodness the ammo cache was right here, so I was able to kind of cycle through the ammo cache cooldown and keep grabbing more decoys to get through the Disciple bounty contract inside of tier 3. But as you guys know, my thoughts and feelings on the bounty contracts being Disciples are definitely not my favorite. Super annoying, can just take forever to deal with, and there's just always a ton of zombies. As you can see, like, it's the decoy spam to deal with the horde of zombies, and then make room so I can get some shots into my Disciple bounty contract. And it's just a fight. I really don't like the Disciple contracts at all. But having said that, you can see the damage this Chimera does to the Disciple when you're able to get the critical shots in inside of tier 3 is pretty astonishing for dealing with a bounty, and especially the Disciple inside tier 3. So this is very strong for sure. Very, very strong inside tier 3. Definitely something that you can use to take out bounty contracts, the zombies, the horde sprinters, armored zombies, the dogs, all that alike. Definitely not a problem for sure. Now, I was having a problem giving away schematics because everybody seems to be having most of the schematics. So I thought I would try something different this game and buy some Juggernaut score streaks that a lot of players usually don't have. So instead of giving away the schematics, I went and swapped out my perks and grabbed the 2 Jug suits so that we could try and find a player to give those to at the end of the game, in that I was having not much luck finding people to give schematics to. Now we had to go and visit our good friend Zhorde, the Guardian of the Arches, and there he was, ready for the fight, as he is up for the science experiment to test and see just how strong weapons are inside of Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, dealing with a Mega Abomination inside of Tier 3, one of the most challenging bounties and, HVGs to deal with in the game. This location, if you guys have been watching my video, is an awesome way to be able to control your Mega Abomination inside of Tier 3, as he does not come up the path. So I was just messing around with Zhorde here, making him attack me, making him turn around, run away, and you can see the critical damage, even just the damage on Zhorde when he's not firing up his laser attack with this Chimera is truly remarkable. This weapon is definitely something I feel that is going to be viable in all 3 zones inside of your MW3 Zombies games. I feel like this weapon is definitely something that can change up and give you a different option to use if you're tired of using maybe the exact same weapon every single game you play. So that was awesome, and we finished off Zhorde right there. I don't think he's pleased. He gave me a rare tool and a large backpack, which wasn't that exciting. Next, we went off to Xville, and we found a player there. And actually, he took my schematic, and then I realized, hold up, maybe I can give him some more gifts. So I dropped him off the Juggernaut score streak, and he managed to grab that. I think he was very happy about that. And then I thought about it for a second. I thought, you know what? I'm heading out on the map anyway, and my backpack is full of awesome loot. So let's just help out another player. So what did we do? We dropped him 2 of my epic tools, and we dropped him the 2nd Juggernaut suit. So we now had 2 Jug suits and 3 epic tools from me. So I felt really good about myself, and I feel like that's what we should be doing, helping out all the players that we possibly can. If somebody needs something and you've got everything done, let's help each other out. As well, at the end of the video, we managed to exfil, pushing up Cheech's containment level to almost 100. But the most important thing is let's work together and have a look at the end of the video. Here's going to be the build that I used for the Chimera. So let's get down in the comments and work as a team to come up with an amazing build that we can all use inside of our Modern Warfare 3 Zombies games to get out there, shred, and get some epic loot. Hope you guys enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you in the next one.